What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build here in The Sims 4. So today, as you can tell by the title, I am building a farmer's market and I am building it in the world of Delso Valley, which came with Get Famous. I've been talking about this build for quite some time and just have not gotten around to posting it yet. Because, I mean, we got the spa day update, and before that, I was, I don't even know. Yeah, what were my past few videos? We got the spa day update, so I was building spas and, yeah, we got the industrial loft kit. And before that, I was finishing up other cottage living builds that I wanted to do. So I just hadn't gotten around to doing the voiceover for this yet. But I just knew I had mentioned it in a few other videos, so I just wanted to say, like, here it is. Ooh, excuse me, finally. But anyway, if you don't know, at this point in time, by the time you're watching this video, I have launched a second channel. It is a commentary channel, so if you don't know what that means, if you watch anyone like... I don't know her full YouTube name, but her name's Amanda. And then there's As Told by Kenya. Those are the two main ones that I watch, where they basically just, if they have a strong opinion about something, they get on YouTube and they make a video about it. And I'm going to start doing that. So the channel is called Simply Commentary. If I remember, I'll link it down below, or you can just go to my Simply Coco page and click channels and it will be there because it'll just be like a extension on my account. And so, yeah, at this point, I don't know if I'm going to have more than one video posted, but my first video is going to be about Chloe Bailey's VMA performance, because I had some thoughts about that. So go and check it out if that is something that interests you. I did post that particular video on my Simply Coco page just to introduce the channel and get some of my Sims followers to go and subscribe if that was something they wanted to do. But every other video for that channel will be posted solely to that channel. So yeah, I have a second channel now. It's kind of weird because that's normally something people don't do until their first channel kind of has, you know, a decent following. And I have a decent amount of subscribers, but nowhere near, you know, the amount that, like, let's say James Turner has, and he has like 4 or 5 different YouTube channels. But anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about this build because that's what you're here for if you're still here at all. So yeah, the shell of this farmer's market has pretty much come together. So the bottom level is going to be the actual farmer's market where people will sell things and stuff. I did make this a retail lot. So one sim technically would own this and they would sell everything within it. But I do imagine it being like an actual farmer's market where different farmers from around will come and sell their produce here. But obviously in The Sims, we can't do that. And then the top level is a greenhouse. That's kind of like a community greenhouse. I don't imagine like the people that sell their stuff here, grows their stuff up there. It's like a community garden, but it's a community greenhouse. Would a greenhouse still be considered a garden? I don't know. But it's for the community. So really anybody that comes and visits this lot can go to the second floor. And if they want to harvest stuff up there, they can. If they want to water it for whatever reason, just because they can. I just imagine like they can't get anything for free. Does that make sense? Like if they want to harvest something from up there, they have to pay for it. It's just they aren't getting it from like one of the farmers that's selling from a table. They're buying it from the actual establishment. Does that make sense? But that kind of like gives them the satisfaction of knowing that, oh, I'm picking this off of the plant myself, so it's like 100% fresh. So that was my idea about that. Sorry if that was a long-winded way of explaining it, but that was my idea behind the greenhouse. So now we're just popping in the windows. I wanted a lot of light to flood in. I don't know why I was saying a lot like that, but I wanted a lot of light to flood into this place. And I'm also building from reference. I will probably forget to pop the reference photo up just because, and I've said this 1,000 times, but whenever I'm doing voiceovers and and the build was done from reference, like I always forget to put the reference image up, mostly because like when I'm doing a voiceover, I'm trying to like do it and get it over with so I can export the video and get it uploaded and scheduled and all of that. So I'm just moving so fast that I forget to put the reference image. But if I do forget to put the reference image in, all you have to do is Google Grand Rapid. What was it? I think it was called the Grand Rapids Marketplace. So it's based off a real place in Grand Rapids. At the moment, I'm not remembering where Grand Rapids is. But if you just so happen to be from Grand Rapids and you know this place, cool. If you don't mind, you know, share the link down below if you want. But I think it was called the Grand Rapids Downtown Marketplace. And so that's the reference that I'm building from. And it was the same thing. It wasn't so much a farmer's market. It was a marketplace. So on the bottom level of the actual real build, it was like a mixture of different like shops and produce stores, and they had some food, like there was food stalls you could get food from, kind of like a big, what do you call it, food court. It was kind of like a big food court with like shops and stuff inside, because it's a marketplace. So, and then on the top floor it was a greenhouse, but I don't think they they just grew kind of like whatever plants up there. It wasn't like harvestable like stuff. But you could have weddings at the top. You can have weddings at the top floor. You can book the top floor out for whatever, like any kind of events. Like, and it's really pretty. And I kind of want to get married there, honestly. You know, it'd be fun. It'd be cool. It'd be pretty. Anyway, just popping in some trees. Just looked around the lot and saw what trees were around. I used 2 different trees, both from Debug, I think, just for some differentiation, if that's a word. Using these gorbles, I don't know how to say the word, to just kind of make it look like these like trellis thing has like found support to actually be just kind of hanging there. Using some vines to create like some shade under this, because I imagine this would be like the awning that kind of like protects you from the rain if you're outside. Obviously water would probably creep through because it is just greenery, but yeah, anyway, I wanted to talk about this also. I don't know why I'm using this particular voiceover to talk about other games and other content, but and this video won't be posted for a while, but I posted on Twitter like yesterday, and I was asking people if anyone still plays Planet Zoo, because I used to watch this creator called Best in Slot on YouTube, and he plays all of these like simulation games. Like his main thing is the Jurassic Park Evolution game, where you basically like you can build your own like version of Jurassic Park. And he plays Planet Zoo. There's a new game coming out that's kind of like Planet Zoo called Prehistoric Kingdom, I believe it's called. But he plays all those big simulation games, sandbox games. And I recently thought about him again, and I've started watching his Planet Zoo builds again and his Prehistoric Kingdom builds. And he's the whole reason I bought Planet Zoo in the first place. But I haven't touched Planet Zoo in so long, but I'm thinking about touching it again. And I just wanted to ask you guys, like, would anyone be interested in Planet Zoo content? I wouldn't make a whole third channel for Planet Zoo content. So it would be on my Simply Coco channel, but that would take away from my Sims content because, you know, if I were to do this Planet Zoo content, then I'd want to commit to it. So I would say at least one Planet Zoo video a week. But my schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So that would take away significantly from my Sims videos. So just let me know how you feel about that. If you're interested in Planet Zoo enough to watch me do speed builds in Planet Zoo, because that's what it would be. Speed builds of me building habitats and whatnot. But just let me know down in the comments how you feel about that, and I'll make a decision, because I just know I'm never gonna play it in my free time, but I spent 60 bucks on it. So it's just like, if I'm gonna play it, I wanna make content out of it. And another thing I want to address, I know I just said my posting schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but as of the past 2 or 3 weeks, I've been posting every single day. That's because I'm trying desperately to reach my 4,000 watch hours so that I can become a YouTube partner. So I told myself, okay, until I reach those 4,000 watched hours, I'm going to post every single day until I reach that. So we're almost there. I'm at 3,875, I believe, the last time I checked. So like I've said in one of my last videos, if you just want to go turn on a playlist of mine that has 100 videos in it and just turn the volume all the way down and let it play all day, it would be greatly appreciated. But we're almost there. But once I reach it, then I'll go back to my normal Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, because I am back working on campus now. So I just don't have as much time as I usually do to do builds or any content really. But yeah, so you saw me while I was rambling, you saw me do a little seating area outside, which will change a little bit later because I end up putting a espresso bar out there, because you see, I'm gonna try to place this here, but it would have fit, but it wouldn't have left a lot of room for actual produce. And then I wanted a seating area to be like with it. And it was just making everything really cramped. So I ended up moving that outdoors. And then also to get these like produce stands, I got them off of the gallery. All I did was I went to the gallery and I literally searched the word produce under rooms and they popped up. So I used 2 different ones. And then the way that I placed them, it left this huge gap over here in the corner. And I didn't want to go and move them because every time I moved them, it messed up the pillars and the lights and everything that was connected in what created the room. So I was just like, no, we're going to put something else in that corner. So what I ended up doing is I used one of the food stalls from City Living. I don't know which one it is because there's like different types that serve different types of food, but I used one of the ones from City Living that actually fit under the roof in this building. It wasn't too tall, and then there was still a huge space not being used over there. So what I ended up doing is I put a staff restroom back there, and what I imagined you could do is if you downloaded this lot and wanted to use it, you could just lock that bathroom door and only allow staff members to go in that bathroom, because on the other side of the building there's 2 bathrooms for just like the normal guest. So that's what I ended up doing with that space. Over here is just more stuff that could be bought. So I use these debug like onions from Cottage Living. I used a whole bunch of stuff from the Country Kitchen kit to like the little buckets that have like onions and apples in it and oranges and stuff. And then all these gardening materials, I guess. I imagine you could come and buy from here. And I had to make sure some of the things actually snapped to snapping points, because with retail lots, the only way, like you can, like the stuff that I'm alt placing, you can set it for sale, but Sims may not be able to actually access it if it's not snapped to an actual snap point. So in order for, you can set it for sale, just Sims may not be able to get it, may not be able to get to it if it's not snapped to a snap point. So I had to make sure some of the stuff was actually snapped to snap points. I couldn't alt place it all. Like, I don't think anyone's going to be able to buy any of those onions because I had to place them all with alt. I had to raise them up and then alt place them. All of these are like the animal treats, and see, I was able to get all of those onto snap points, so you can, they should be able to access those. I'm not sure if they'll be able to get to these flower boxes because I have them stacked and they're kind of, the footprints on them are, you know, all intersecting. So I'm not sure if Sims will be able to get to that, but I like the look of it. I'm not sure if farmers markets actually, like in real life, actually sell stuff like this, like stuff that you could farm with, or, you know, anything like that. But I just needed more stuff in here. So we have this area over here that's just kind of all thrown together willy-nilly. Maybe, I imagine this area could also belong to the actual establishment and not necessarily, you know, a farmer brought this stuff. I put a little bulletin board, maybe like a community board. And here's that corner I was talking about. At first, I was just gonna put a crap ton of plants back here because I felt like that would make sense. You know, it's a farmer's market. It's all about, you know, nature and growing things and greenery and stuff like that. So I was like, you know, maybe it would make sense to just put a heap of different plants back there. Maybe, you know, it's just there for decoration, but I just wasn't liking the way it was looking. So I put a bathroom there, but I don't know if you see me put a bathroom there. And then also next to the bathroom that I put there, I put a little cart. You can kind of see it right. There was like a half a second you could see it. But I put a cart there, and I think I put some fruit on top of it or something, just to act like that was like the cart that food stall used to like bring in new produce that they can use in the actual food stall. And then on the opposite side of the building, I also put one of the eco lifestyle food stalls. So that's another thing that your Sims can go eat at in here as well. The only thing is with the two food stalls and the espresso bar, your Sim is gonna have to hire someone to come and work those, because this isn't a cafe lot and because this isn't a lot that's going to computer populate those items. Your Sim is going to have to spend 100 simoleons to hire someone to come and run those things. So if you want this lot to perform the way I intended it to perform, your Sim is going to have to spend 300 simoleons just to come here. But I mean, if you choose to download this lot and you know you only want your Sim to buy some coffee, then you don't have to hire anyone for the other two food stalls. Just hire someone for the espresso bar. But if you just want this place to be lively and people to actually be buying, like in other, you know, computer Sims to be buying food and all of that, then you could hire other people. But I don't know. I don't know if that would work though. Like if you actually were to hire someone to work all the stations, would other computer Sims, NPC Sims, I don't know what you'd call them, I don't know if they would actually go and use that. Oh crap, the screenshots are rolling. And I'm just talking. I was literally looking out the window. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll always respond to your comments. And please hit that notification bell. That way you know exactly when I post my next video, exactly when I post it. And I will see you all then. Bye guys.